It is Monday and I am taking a walk. The girl is exhausted today. So instead of forcing myself to do a workout, I decided to take a much needed rest day. And so I'm just out getting some sunlight in hopes I can get some energy. What are some of the things that you do to help yourself or to feel better? As you notice, I'm wearing makeup today. So that's one of the things. Getting dressed is another. I have some fancy perfume on, so like I don't only use my stuff, or I don't use the things that I have only to go out, because I really don't go out that often. I use it in my home. I use it for myself. I use it for my husband. But yeah, so I get dressed, put on makeup, put on perfume, even though I'm dressed in a sweatsuit today, right now. I'll take naps. One of the things I have to work on, and I have to constantly remind myself when I'm tired, is to hydrate. So I try to drink, really make a conscious effort to drink more water throughout the day when I am feeling fatigued. But other than that, I don't think I really have anything. I don't know if I mentioned naps, but naps are part of my norm anyway. I feel like everything else that I do is associated with recovery from workout. I don't really have much else that I do when I feel like this. I just play it by ear and do whatever seems like it's a good idea at the time. So that maybe, doing something around the house, or that's when I lean into my hobbies. Today, I don't think I'm going to lean into a hobby because I'm still not done decluttering for spring. But, okay, Sarah. According to my Garmin, the amount of time I lifted, how many sets, and how many calories I had burned. Again, this is according to the Garmin, and I wear the heart rate monitor in case you are curious about that. But this is proof that you will burn more calories when you lift, though the calorie burning will happen the most when you're not lifting. This is a reminder to go lift something heavy. See them? Okay, it is Saturday, and I am doing a long run for the week. I only need to do 6.2 miles because next week is the race, is the half marathon in Rhode Island. So some things that I'm thinking about. Wait a minute, I'm going uphill. Still going up. Wait a minute, it's like, whew, I'll be going down at least for a few yards. This morning I was thinking about what it means to me to live a balanced life. Like, you always hear about work-life balance. And the thing is that I don't know if you can really achieve work-life balance. There's gonna always be some type of imbalance at some point in time. However, it's about compensating for the imbalances. Oh, you hear that wind? There will always be periods in time or periods of time in your life where one area needs more work, takes up more time and effort than others. And, you know, it's different for everyone. It depends on what's going on. There will always be a time in your life where whatever you're working on, whether it's your education, your job, career, weight loss, there's always going to be something that is going to take more time and effort. And you can't give equal amount of energy to that one thing that takes an enormous amount of effort and energy. You can't give the same amount that you give to that one thing as you give to the other things in your life. The other things, the other relationships, hobbies. It's just not possible. So it's important to focus on the one or two things that are most important at the time. But that's not the point that I'm trying to make. The point is about work-life balance. So let me take it back. I'm running, so I have all these thoughts in my head, and so I'm just sharing all the thoughts. But I don't want to get off track. So the whole work-life balance, like, it's impossible. So for me, when I feel like I am working all the time, and what I mean by work all the time, not that I work tons of days, tons of hours, because I don't. I just have one full-time job. That's it. And I'm there 3 days a week. But I also have a family, of course. And I have a little person. Each thing takes up energy and time. At this current place in my life, I am working on weight loss. Working on weight loss because I would like to do what I enjoy doing for as long as I can, as long as I want to, which hopefully is as long as I am on this earth. And with the extra pounds that I have gained, or the poundage that I have gained over these past few years, have caused, like, I can feel it in my body, and it's not in a positive way. So regardless of what other people think, what they feel, I know what it feels like to feel good in my body. I also know what it feels like to feel good when my mind and body is aligned. So I know what it feels like when my mind is healthy as well. So I have about 20 pounds that I want to lose. And it takes an enormous amount of effort, mental energy more so than physical energy. But along with that, there's my job. That takes a ton of physical and mental energy. Hold on, I'm going uphill again, y'all. Bear with me. I'm not complaining, but I just often feel like I'm constantly grinding. So one of the things that I learned last month, the month of March, which was my focus for the month, was embodiment, is I realized how my mind and body was misaligned, and how we act, how I acted, or how my life was when I was living and acting out of my mind or out of my body and only in my mind. It caused harm to my body. That is when I gained weight. That's when I had all the inflammation. That's when I experienced my lots of bouts of depression. And it wasn't because of weight gain. It's just because I wasn't doing things that I needed to do for me to feel, quote unquote, balanced, as they say. And so it being misaligned can really cause harm. However, when you're working to align yourself, it's a lot of work. In order to feel like you're not always working, it is so important to do things that you require, maybe not require by that, but that involves community. This is where friendships and relationships come into play. Like, it's important to spend time with people where you can just laugh and kick back and not think about the serious things or talk about the serious things all the time. This time doesn't have to be on a grand scale. It doesn't have to be where you have this great event that you're going to. Sometimes it's just meeting a friend for coffee or for lunch. Sometimes it's a date with your significant other. Sometimes, like for myself, I have started doing monthly game days, not game nights, because I like that already. I started in February, where I invite a few family and friends over. We just kick back, have a good time, lots of laughs, really help ease the load of life. And it helps me feel like, again, that I am in alignment, or I'm feeling balanced. Now, the downside to living imbalanced and misaligned is I will look for a way to get a dopamine response, and that is usually by way of shopping. When I'm imbalanced, I am surfing the internet for things to want. When I can honestly say, like, when there's periods of time where I feel like I'm not going on any dates with my husband, there's a lot going on at work, and I haven't had any type of social time, that is usually when I buy the most pair of sneakers and sweaters. And regardless of how much they cost or don't cost, or how little or how expensive they are, I don't need them. And it's like I'm subconsciously looking for that dopamine hit, and it's just not good. And I don't think I'm a shopping addict. I just think that I need to live more balanced. I'm not trying to turn this week's vlog into a therapy session, but I'm just reflecting and just sharing a bit about myself. But you tell me, like, have you noticed how you feel when you are living misaligned or imbalanced, when you're not having that quote unquote work-life balance, and how impossible it is to have, or how impossible it is to maintain? Because it's just we're not designed that way. We spend way too many hours at work in a week to for everything else for us to be able to give equal amount into other things in our lives. Some things that you find yourself doing subconsciously to give you that dopamine response, to give you a boost of that feel good. Basically ways that, or things that will cause distractions for you because you're, in a way, you're suffering. And when I say suffering, I don't mean suffering in the worst sense of the word. I mean suffering sometimes is, again, when you're feeling imbalanced. Like, I use myself already. When you are in constant grind mode, I know a lot of people will eat out a lot. This is where they are more likely to eat the candy, eat the pastries, eat the treats, or eat the expensive, like Uber Eats, or not Uber Eats, but you know what I mean. Like, they buy the expensive takeout meals. Don't get me wrong, y'all know I enjoy my treats and I enjoy takeout, but this is a period of time where you may be buying or eating out more often than not, or more often than you've ever have before. So, I want to challenge you this week to take a look at things that you do to distract yourself. So next week, just take time to look at the things that you do to distract yourself, to give you the dopamine response, and ask yourself, why are you doing the things? And then also, what can you do to make it better? Like, what else can you do to help you not do that thing? For me, I know that is, I need to have scheduled time with my family and friends, because otherwise I will just grind, and till I feel like I want to cry, basically. So, and then I feel like I'm lonely, and I don't know, all of the things. I get in my head a lot. So in order to avoid that, again, I have to make sure that I schedule time on my calendar with family and friends. So yeah, I kind of feel like I'm rambling a little bit. Hopefully this all makes sense and you get the gist of what I'm trying to say. I am 4.25 miles in, so I have 2 more miles, and then I gotta hit up some legs, and then that will be it for my workout for the day. Catch y'all back later. Are those tadpoles? How? This is not a lake.
In my studio. Okay. All right, welcome. We have the Dream Team versus the Whalers. All right. We have Sajda and we have Natasha. Used to be schoolmates back in the day, now they're in-laws. All righty. Question. Name a specific part of the body.
You gotta answer. You gotta answer too.
You gotta answer.
You have to answer.
Well, and if you heard the rest, it would have been so easy. Okay?
Nope.
But you're gonna get it, though. You're gonna get something.
I'm gonna get a part of the body.
You're gonna get it.
Specific part of the
A
body.
specific part of the body. That's all she
You don't know
got.
too much there, Ho.
I'm sorry, yeah.
I said, question, stop talking.
Another rule in my studio.
Oh, we got time.
Ears.
Yep, it's on there. Number 5.
Okay.
That was number 5.
Okay. Now you answer.
Wait, what happened?
Now I gotta read the
It probably
question.
has to do with
I
senses.
have to read the question. Hold on.
I feel like
Specific part of the body whose appearance changes the least with age.
Oh, okay. Ears was good.
The least with age.
Okay.
Yeah, she's good. It's number
How
5.
long she have?
Look at
A
me.
specific part of the body.
How long?
Yeah, she can't be doing
Oh, you can't be thinking. Yeah, we need a timer. Name someone whom you often have to keep secrets from.
It's me.
quick.
Your mom.
Give me more specific.
Your mother.
No more.
And,
What do you mean more specific?
I think I know.
oh, there's no X, right?
No.
Okay. Amira?
Your parents.
Ding, ding, ding.